lives.
Hey guys, I would like to offer opening your video with an interpretive dance.
All right,
Please.
ladies and gentlemen, please welcome
Oh, you're not recording.
Olivier from
Yes.
France. He's from France.
Oh, I thought you were setting up. I'm
Sometimes
sorry.
with French people, we expect certain things.
Okay,
He doesn't like peanut butter and doesn't like cinnamon,
but I love you.
but we love you, I guess. And doesn't like feta cheese.
Thank you, both of you, for loving Israel, loving my people, and speaking the truth. You are both, seriously, you're both an inspiration and an encouragement.
You, my friend, are an
No,
inspiration.
seriously.
I'm too.
I wouldn't
I'm
be doing
too.
what I'm doing if it was not for the two of you. So thank you.
You know,
You betcha. You betcha, man.
you're awesome.
Hey everybody, welcome back to our show and good to have you. And I'm with my good friend Tom Hughes for Hope for Our Times. Good to have you, Tom.
Hey, it is great. Always good to be with you.
Yeah.
I feel like we're like together all the time now.
We are. Almost every other weekend we're together.
As long as our wives don't get jealous, we're okay.
That's right. So we're here in Oklahoma at a prophecy conference. And anyway, I thought I would stop and get Tom and pick his brain. A lot of things happen almost like on a daily basis. For our audience, what do you think right now is the pressing issues they need to be paying attention to that's going on in the world?
I think there's two big issues.
Okay.
One is what's happening with technology. The other is Israel.
Yeah.
And if someone were to say, what would make you think that we're the generation that will see the return of Jesus? It's these two things.
Okay.
Because we know, I mean, you've been teaching the Bible as long as I have, and you go, okay, you have all of the different signs, the hundreds of signs of the second coming of Christ. But if Israel wasn't a nation again,
Yeah.
they would have no platform for any particular generation to say this is it.
Right.
But when we see what's going on with Israel, 1948, 1967, and now the unbelievable rise in anti-Semitism.
Yeah, what's that about?
That should really cause people to wake up and go, wait a minute, what is going on? And you deal with it all the time, but we look and go, okay, the anti-Semitism is not just from the left.
Right.
The left, you know it, they got pink
Yeah.
hair, whatever.
Yeah.
And that's just it. It's woke and all that. But what's happening on the right is much more concerning.
Yes.
And it is coming from people who have huge platforms, and they throw out the things, the Tucker Carlson stuff,
Yeah.
like, well, who are really the chosen people?
Right.
And they refuse to make the separation between what is a child of God. We're not saying Jews are children of God in the sense of Jesus saying, yet to all who received him, he gave them the right to be children of God. Jew and Gentile both have to come to know Christ.
Right.
But Israel is chosen for a particular purpose.
Yeah.
And they refuse to make that separation and that
Right.
acknowledgement.
Right.
So they treat us. And they also treat people like you and myself as if, well, you say Israel can do no harm. I've never said that.
Right.
There is no perfect government.
No.
And that's why Jesus has to come back. The government will be on his shoulders.
Yeah.
So there's the lies that are thrown out about people like us. And then currently when you really look at it with replacement theology, you're going, wait a minute, this is really evil. It's a lot
Yeah.
more evil than I think we ever really realized before, because we can see what's going on.
Yeah, I was listening to your talk today, and one of the things you brought out, you said that the blood libel of the Jews control the world, the Jews control all the economy, and you made a good point that I want our audience to know. If that's true, then you go to Israel. What do you see on the ground in Israel? If they're so rich and controlling everything, when you're on the ground, what do you see in Israel as far as economics are concerned?
Oh, it's very difficult. And I don't think, you have your ministry helping to buy bulletproof vests for IDF soldiers.
Yeah.
Because Israel doesn't even have the money for that.
Right.
And you go into Israel, and what do you have? You have Jews who are suffering economically.
Yes.
You have Arabs that are suffering economically.
Right.
And they'll talk to you. Christians that are suffering, they'll tell you, we haven't had any business here. It's really hard to even make a living. It's hard to just get food there anymore, other than the food that's grown.
Right.
And Israel is being isolated. Total lie. Qatar has billions upon billions that we can't even imagine, funneling it into the West, Who is funding all of the Islamic people that are invading the UK and other parts of Europe? Who's
Right.
funding the takeover of Dearborn and Minneapolis?
Yeah.
And who's funding Mamdani in
Mamdani.
New York? Who's funding the takeover of the attempted takeover
Totally.
of Texas right now?
Totally.
It is the billions of dollars. Is Israel doing any of that? And then if you were to look at the media, well, how is it that the media is, it's all run by Jews if 98% of the media is anti-Semitic?
Anti-Semitic.
Even in Hollywood, which is, people say, well, you look at all these Jews that are in Hollywood. Well, why is it that so many actors and producers and directors are all of a sudden saying, boycott Israel, how wicked the Jews are?
Yeah.
BDS, coming out of Hollywood.
Right.
And so we see it across the board with media, even with Hollywood. Or if the Jews are really running this, they're doing an absolutely awful job of running it.
Right.
And then to go and say Netanyahu is running the U.S. I mean, can you be more? They can't. They've got enough problems just on their own from day to day.
Exactly.
And to think that, just the logic of it makes no sense.
Right. And you know, that's the thing. You're hitting the nail on the head. The logic's not there. So they must have it in their brain that it fits their narrative of what they want to believe rather than from the evidence that you're providing, because on the ground there's not there. Let me ask you this, your opinion on this. You had Trump's 20-point peace plan, okay? And now we have Hamas saying they're going to comply, which, okay. Was there parts in there that you were concerned about in that 20-point peace plan? And tell people what your concerns are, because...
Okay, so there are, and I'll just, number 9 sticks out to me the best.
Okay.
Or the most. I don't know if it's the best, but it's the most because I'm looking at this. It's Tony Blair.
Who's a globalist.
Who's a globalist. We know about him. And Trump, listen, I voted for Trump, but
Yeah,
I
so
look
did I.
at this and go, okay, he says we're going to have a board of peace. I'll be the leader of the board of peace. We're going to have Tony Blair. We're going to bring in the Arab coalition. We're going to bring in some other international defenders or peacekeepers to the region. And so we're going to lead this whole thing. I'm thinking, okay, this doesn't look good.
Right.
And Israel's not involved. Israel has to remove themselves from their own land.
Yeah.
And so they're not going to be involved. The other thing, I mean, there's other things too. And as we look at it developing, not just that, there are 20 different things, but it's not just that, but that Hamas now, as we look at it, at least at the time of this recording, it doesn't appear Hamas is going to go away.
Right.
And I'm thinking, well, Hamas says, yeah, we'll agree to the hostage release, but we're not going anywhere. Are you going to lay down your weapons?
Unbelievable.
Well, lay down our weapons. What do you mean you're going to blow up the rest of our tunnels? You're looking at this going, we've gone back to where we were October 6th of 2023.
Good point. That's a good point.
And there was a ceasefire then, and Hamas was in charge.
Yeah.
And so what do we have? We still have Iran is still a problem.
Yep.
The Houthis are a problem. Hezbollah is still trying to do what they're trying to do. Hamas is still obviously a problem. Qatar is going to fund both sides.
Sure.
They're going to fund what they're doing now. It was Qatari money and Iranian money that was helping to fund the tunnels, and UN money and US tax dollar money funding the tunnels for the terrorists in Gaza.
Right.
So as we look at it now, what's going to happen with Gaza is there going to be a global coalition that's going to come in there and bring peace? And I think also with the Trump plan, the 20-point plan, it was we'll bring peace to Gaza and other areas. So that makes you go, well, what are the other areas then too? So if I'm thinking of Israel, I'm thinking Judea and Samaria.
True. Yeah,
because
you're right.
There are issues there, not as bad as Gaza, but there are definitely issues there. But the whole thing, it's just pretty unbelievable, especially if you go all the way back to the beginning of how Israel even got here and the land that they were promised. As you well know, they were never given what they were originally promised.
Right.
From the UN, just really stuck it to them. The British mandate, they didn't follow through. Jordan has been the occupier.
Right.
And even in the West Bank or Judea and Samaria, that is Arab occupied territory. If it's Jewish occupied territory, why is it that Jews can't live there?
Good point. Exactly.
I mean, you go to Bethlehem in Judea.
No,
what
it's-
happens? Trying to find a Jewish tour guide to go into Bethlehem,
luck.
it's like
Good luck.
a Jewish bus driver, and they're even told you are on your own.
Yeah.
You see the sign. If you're
Right.
if you're a Jew and you go into this area, you're on your own. Do not. It's illegal for you as a Jew to go in here.
Yeah.
So if those are occupied Israeli territories, you're looking, going, this makes no sense, no matter what Candace Owens says.
Right.
As she tries to say, these are outdoor prisons. And
Oh, no.
the nonsense, the lies that are there are just absolutely astounding.
And let me ask you this about your opinion about Israel. You pointed out some major problems there, because now Israel doesn't control the Gaza. It's going to be the technocrats, the Board of Peace, Trump.
The technocrats.
Yeah, the technocrats.
Yeah, that's in that document.
Who is
That's
that?
right.
Peter Thiel? Who is that? The
Well,
runner,
I forgot about
CEO
that.
of Target? Who is
Yeah.
that? Tell me this, in your opinion, why would Israel make a deal like that? Because Israel, part of the deal, interfaith dialogue, giving over the Gaza, not annexing, the Gaza like it should. Why would Netanyahu make a deal like this and then releasing the prisoners, Palestinian terrorist prisoners out of jail, back into the society? Why would Israel make a deal like this?
Yeah, so if you go back in Israel's history, Israel has been this way since their beginning. When they had problems with the Babylonians, they're looking, hey, will Egypt come and help us? With the Assyrians, hey, will you come and help us? They were always looking to their neighbors for help.
Yeah.
So here it is, we're at Israel 2.0, like, rolling around again. Their nation, again, they're constantly looking to the international community to validate them and to protect them. So they're going, okay, what's the plan? Now, there's many people in Israel that are tired of it.
Sure.
They realize we are on our own. Many people that speak out on it. But predominantly, the majority of people, if you're a Jew, you want peace. You can see the rising anti-Semitism, tired of that.
Totally.
You want peace, and you just want to be able to live in Israel and not have the threat of rockets being launched at you, especially if you're near the Gaza border, because we know it's going to start again.
Yeah.
And so they want peace, so it's peace at all costs.
Okay, that's a good point. That mentality, peace at all costs, you being a prophecy expert, where does that lead them if they keep that mentality?
To make a deal. And they're going to make a deal with the devil, literally. It will be a deal with the devil. And I think that's ultimately where this is leading to. We know that before the Ezekiel 38 battle, there has to be peace in Gaza, Judea, and Samaria. Israel has to be confident we can lay down our weapons now. Well, where does that confidence come from? It's not coming from God.
Right.
Because they haven't entered into that relationship yet. So it has to be a confidence that comes from man that is saying, we'll do this. So it appears to me that's what is happening right now. It's that setup.
It's a stage setup. So, okay, so you're getting ready to go to Israel in just a week or so. And what is your ground people there, like David Tao and other folks? What do they tell you about the not morality, but the what do I want to say? Where are they at spiritually? I guess is what has this done to them spiritually?
Yeah.
Are they seeking? What has the war done to them?
Okay.
I guess is what I want to say.
I think it's some of them are turning to Jesus, but I don't think it's in huge numbers turning to Jesus. But there is an openness to spiritual things.
Okay.
There is an openness to Judaism because most Jews are secular.
Yeah.
Even over in Israel, even if they practice Shabbat, they're still secular.
Yeah.
But there seems to be a turning to, I don't know if you would say biblical things, but definitely towards Judaism. You might call it traditional rabbinical Judaism.
Getting religious.
Getting
more religious. Okay.
Getting more religious. And the problem at the same time that I see developing, and I'll have a lot more input in the next few days, is there's also hey, we're Jews. We're stronger than anybody. And it's part of this stubbornness that Israel does have.
Yeah.
And God calls them out on it. He's called them out in the Bible being stiff-necked.
Right.
We know from Daniel chapter 9 that the transgression that God says, I'm going to bring an end to transgression, that word literally means rebellion. I'm going to bring an end to the rebellion of the Jewish people against me. And part of this with the war is we could have won. We've got the know-how. We're small, but we were held back. And so in a sense, even with the current peace thing, whatever you want to call it, had Trump, I mean, Israel's already, the propaganda's against them. So Israel's already at this place. If they were green lighted, go in, just do everything you can to Hamas, forget about the peace deal, they probably would have and would have won if they were green lighted.
Right.
So in a sense, this held them from finishing the job that they needed to finish. But either way, you can see this pride that is developing.
Yeah, that is excellent. You know, and you know the old phrase in the Old Testament, don't trust in horses and chariots. And you're absolutely right. You know, if they continue to trust in themselves, I can see why the tribulation would be necessary, because he's going to have to break the power of the holy people. It's like they're getting set up. Okay, with that being said, what do you think Hamas is going to do? You think they're going to comply with this, or are they going to renege on this, and then Israel will have to finish the job? Where do you think we go from here?
Yeah, I don't think Hamas will comply. I don't think they have it in them to comply.
Okay.
I've read some great quotes yesterday. I wish I had used them here. And it was quotes about doing, we're going to do the same thing with this current peace agreement with Trump that Islam, that our Muslim brothers did with it. And they named some fake peace covenant from centuries ago. This is what we did back then, but it was a lie, so that we can regroup and be stronger later and have the victory. I wish I could remember what the name of it was, but they said that's what this is. So they don't see it as if they're Muslim.
Yeah.
And they're fundamentalist Muslim, Islamic. So they don't see it the way that we do in the Western world, where you give your word. Their word is intentionally deceptive. So, no, they're not going to stick to it. And so when you start looking also further down into the realm of Bible prophecy, Israel is going to be attacked. Even if you go all the way to the point of Antichrist when he sits in the temple, well, guess what? They have to flee from Judea, flee from you've got to escape. So we know that there is terror that's coming upon them. It's not just the armies of the world. It is an absolute terror that is coming upon them to do a final destruction. So I believe what's being set up is, let's regroup. Let's just go along with Trump, because we're going to regroup for that day when we come back. And we have to make a plan to completely annihilate the Jews. Because we know that's what ultimately, we know spiritually, that's what Satan has to do.
Right.
So, but he has a people group that are willing to, and a Western world that is not only compliant, but Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens and the rest of them, they are feeding this fire.
Well, I think Trump needs you to advise him, because he's got no one around him to tell him that, you know. But you're right. It's from a biblical prophecy standpoint, it doesn't seem like this is going to go away. It's just going to intensify. You got Gog and Magog, Psalm 83, and eventually the Antichrist. What can believers do? Because I got to let you get running. What can believers do for Israel in this regard, in your opinion?
Right. Well, number one, obviously, is pray. Okay, so we do that. But this is what we really need to do, is get the word out. You take podcasts like this, and you must share them, because you look at Tucker Carlson, how many millions of followers?
That's the problem.
Candace Owens, millions. These people have millions and millions upon millions of followers, and the voice to support Israel. Again, we don't say we support Israel because they're perfect. No, that's not it. We understand what the Bible says. And even God says, no, you're not perfect. You profane my name, but you're still my people. And I'm drawing you back into land. So we're on God's side. We must get the word out, because the propaganda machine, the anti-Semitism, is not owned by Israel. It is owned by the enemy of Israel. And all of the enemies of Israel. So they've got the propaganda anywhere. So I would say for people, even if it's, you take these channels here, these networks, and blast them out to everybody you can. And if everybody who thinks like we do, who supports Israel and gets it, would do that, we can start to make an impact. How do you eat an elephant? One bite
at a time.
We may be small, but if we keep pressing forward like that, we will be able to do some significant damage to the enemy and be able to
Amen.
support Israel. But also, again, storing your treasure in heaven. You have your new book out, your rewards. Well, I partner with the ministry to fund the gospel to Arabs and Jews in the Old City.
Yeah.
You have your fund where you minister to Jews so they can actually get drones and bulletproof vests. I mean, in Israel, they don't have the money to buy their own bulletproof vests or drones.
Right.
Well, do you think Qatar has the money for those things? Yeah.
Sure.
Who are they giving them to? Building tunnels
That's right.
in Gaza and funding the invasion of Europe.
Yeah.
So no, it's able to do these things, and we are storing our treasure in heaven in practical ways. And I tell people, people are going to stand before the Lord one day, and one day it's going to happen with a whole lot of people who are Christian, and they're going to say, I wish I did more.
Absolutely.
Because all your money's going to be gone, all your time's going to be gone, all your chances are going to be gone. And God is shouting at us right now, what are you going to do with my people Israel? Stop going down the black holes.
Yep.
Stop going down the rabbit holes.
Amen.
Stop listening to the lies. Stay with the Bible.
Yeah.
And let's do this together, because we must press forward together, and we're being tested.
Amen.
It's a test for us right now.
I couldn't say it better, man. That's fantastic. I know you got to get on a plane. I got to let him go. But Hope for Our Times is your ministry. Guys, support Tom. Get his books. He's got a new book on Israel that came out, and he's got a lot of resources. So make sure you tune into that. Okay. So anyway, Tom, thank you so much. I'm going to let you get running. But God bless you. Keep up the great work, man.
Good.
Okay. We'll see you guys. And remember what the Lord said, when you see these things begin to happen, like the anti-Semitism we're seeing everywhere, look up, lift up your heads, for your redemption draws near. God bless you guys. We'll see you next time.
I just told him the ledge.
The ledge?
The ledge on the roof.
The ledge on the roof? Yes.
You were telling him too?
Yes. And I said, welcome to the Western Pole.
We'll get everything to you.
So what happened? You said you did a ninja roll?
Yeah, it was really
Well, I basically took the stairs up to the roof and decided to take no stairs down from the roof. So I had to, but I didn't get hurt.
No,
By
that
the
was-
grace of God.
And that's what I was telling him, is that if you didn't fall the way you did, you would have really hurt yourself bad.
So what did it look like? Well, it was just a
You want me to just
He
reenact?
kind of rolled over on his shoulder and then stood right back up.
But I mean,
I'm good.
They have not forgotten, and I hear that story so many times.
You can reenact it right here.
I could if I wanted to.
It would look really good. I think it would make for some great TV.